name value for the overall community. But in terms of on paper, an interesting competitive matchup, I think what you're going to be seeing between the juggernaut that is DevM. Oh God, we're ready to go. I think we can.
Yeah, you can go for a second if you want. Just make sure.
No, I think we should get into this thing. Get the intro rolling and get into the cast.
All right, okay. Let me just double check everything is in. All right, okay. It's looking good from my end. Hey, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to roll the intro. We'll be in a second. Hello everybody and welcome to our first game of the semi-finals for the Grand Championship Series. It's been a long road to this current point, but playing on the south side of Crossroads, one of the most popular picked maps I think in this tournament so far. It's going to be VonIvan, who's going to be playing as his #1 faction, #1 ranked faction, the Soviets.
Yeah, VonIvan's playing as his #1 faction for the Soviets, but he's up against the #1 seed and the #1 tournament player in company of heroes history. This guy is the Warpaint champion. He's also the OCF champion. He's an SNF champion. He's been a champion since he's been playing in tournaments since 2010-11. And VonIvan's got a very stern task ahead of him. He's the most trained competitor in the Grand Championship Series, Dan. He's literally approached this in the most serious way compared to any of the other players. So this is a very hype semi-final.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible. And also, I mean, as we spoke a little bit just before this game, both of these players barely dropping any games. Like, it's a complete guess as to where this can go. There's no stronger player in either instance.
Dan, sorry to interrupt you here. Something very important is happening right now. DevM's gone sniper first. VonIvan's locked in partisan tactics, the ultimate sniper counter. He'll be able to unleash the partisans from any garrison and take out this sniper in the early game. This is ballsy. This is, quite frankly, genius from the American.
I think it's good. It's unpredicted. I mean, he locked into partisans the second that the game went in. And we speak a lot about this because it's very good when players try and throw that curveball. And the game one is the place to do that, really. When there isn't that much to lose here, there's no pressure. He can maybe try and take this game one by doing something very, very sneaky. And I think it's a great idea.
He's also, Dan, he's also got the Maxims. The Maxims that have been were heavily changed in the GCS patch to be very much like the MG34 rather than the Dushka. They've got a traditional MG profile. This is such a strange situation. I can absolutely, I'm very proud, very happy that you checked the profiles coming into this, because the two players have gone with very interesting builds. This does correlate with what, you know, possibly what I thought DevM might go for. So it is interesting to me. He is therefore been cut. He's not been able to get the cutoff down. The Maxim was able to thwart him.
Yeah, he made a nice little aggressive push there. The early sniper, of course, meaning some of the Grens taking a little bit while to get on the field, and they're actually evenly matched in terms of manpower on the field between Soviets and Ostir. So not kind of benefiting that Ostir can get a lot more units on the field when Soviets produce anything from the tier 1, tier 2. But that sniper, as we know, is going to stack up over the course of this game. It's going to be getting a lot of kills, just making sure that those Maxims are not proficient in any sense. And it looks to be very interesting. 3 Maxims at the moment coming in. So
this is VonIvan of ESL NA winning fame. This is what brought VonIvan $3,000 rather in cash money last year, the Maxim. And also, Dan, you've got to appreciate, now VonIvan's hit 1 command point, he's got access to partisan troops. For 210 manpower only, he can unleash from one of these garrisons and take out the sniper.
Oh, we're all just waiting for that to happen, and it's going to be beautiful when it does. We've already got the partisans unlocked at the moment, so it's just a matter of seeing DevM move slightly out of the position. But DevM is a very good sniper player. Hopefully he will be predicting something like this. And I mean, very, very interestingly,
predicting something like this. He was predicting Lend-Lease. He's been practicing for Lend-Lease for a week solid. He's been getting Talisman to play Lend-Lease for a week solid. Nobody's appreciating the possible genius of VonIvan here. Quite frankly, DevM is literally just focused so much in on Lend-Lease, and VonIvan has pulled the rug from underneath him. If he wins in this game, quite frankly, it's a tactical masterstroke.
See, I'm slightly edged though about how how he's done that, how he's tried to fake it, because if he is trying to fake, surely he would go for the tier 1 still. Surely he'd go into penal battalions just to try and fool that commander choice. But the fact that he's gone Maxims, surely that means something's up.
I am getting a little bit energetic right now. I'm just excited, I must say. I'm just excited because I love strategical counterplay. It's literally something that it just gets me hyped. I got a hype for when I thought Barton might do something to Helping Hands in the quarterfinals. It's very similar here. And I know it's only Maxims. I know there's 4 of them. But to me, it's very exciting.
4 Maxims on the field. I'd be surprised if DevM maybe doesn't reach out for another sniper. Because, I mean, he's got so much potential to kill on the field here. He's taking suppression with a lot of the units like the Grens, the Pioneers there, and he's just picking off models with that sniper over time. And we know that with 4 Maxims, that's going to stack up. That's going to stack up pretty high.
It is going to stack up. And it's thrown DevM a complete curveball, quite frankly. He's going to have to think about what he's done. He's gone for the Gren spam. Oh yeah, spam. It's 4 Grenadiers, so it is what you would class as spam. Anything more than 3 usually is a little bit more than you would usually see in co-meta. However, look, he's flanked this Maxim in the east. It has been able to turn about face, suppress the Grenadier, and now it's a battle with the Kar 98s, and that very old Maxim weaponry just about wins out with 1 man remaining.
Looks here as well. Maxim setting up on a possible retreat path. Doesn't quite get the angle though. I think possibly defending on something coming in from the western side. Could have tried to take some of the models on retreat. In fact, the sniper is just going to push it away with a little bit of fire. And we do see DevM pushing down to the strategic decap in the center.
So surprised we didn't see Parsons from that garrison there, just north of the victory point. It was a perfect opportunity. We didn't quite have the, at that point, the manpower required. He's currently going for AT grenades as well, is VonIvan. Not sure why he's doing that, because DevM does not care about any possibilities there. He's keeping with the Grenadiers. He's got his 5th Grenadier out. And
I think he's obviously going to need that for the partisans when they pop out. So he may also be using this commander as a counter for possible tier 2 from Austere. So when those light vehicles come out, he may want to try even go double here. You know, he might want to just pop out, try and get one of the light vehicles, you know, and gets the surprise then, because I think that's the surprise factor. Yes, he could go for the sniper, but then it'd also be showing his hand against taking down a light vehicle from tier 2. So I think he's got to weigh up the options there, because if DevM realizes that can happen early on, then he may be doing something to defend against it.
Bunker coming down from DevM. Of course, we know with the aim strong strat, as it's been commonly being called, it is a tier 3 rush that they do tend to go for, either a Panzer IV or possibly an Ostwind.
I think it's been a very good build that we've seen before, and also, you know, it's worked very, very well. I see a lot of people using this at the moment and having good success with it. But it's 5 Grenadiers, wow. I mean, it's good that he's actually eating away the manpower with the sniper, because he's going to even out a lot of the differences that are going to come with having to reinforce so many Grens on the field right now. But really, in a game of MGs versus Grenadiers, I mean, where do we think this is going, really?
It's going for DevM to stall until he can get his medium armor out, in my opinion. That's where we'll see this going. It is the aim strong strat that we've seen so much in auto match, and not, to be honest, not so much effect in tournaments. But we do know DevM's been also using it.
There's a nice incendiary shot from the sniper. I don't think Von was expecting that at all. Fortunately, he does have another squad of engineers if he does need to build. Only loses the flamer, but great play there from DevM.
As I said, I just think this is such an exciting game. It's very rare you see meta builds kept until a big final. This is a semi-final. It's for a lot of money. It's for a lot of pride. It's for the chance to go to ESL Studio 1 for the first live event in KO2 history. And these guys, well, namely VonIvan, has kept a build order secret that he thinks might scupper DevM. But DevM doesn't seem to have cared. He's just gone 5 Grenadiers. He's playing with vanilla Grenadiers and a sniper. And it's a very anti-infantry build. He's up against Maxims. It's such a strange combination of things happening right now. VonIvan can hold the field with these Maxims. He can suppress the Grenadiers. But then he becomes a target for the sharpshooter. So it's such an interesting dynamic. And I think, to be honest, it's all going to be broken up and completely opened up wide for the taking when Tier 3 hits.
Well, tier 3 is going up at the moment, as I believe we've already referenced, and that's going to mean, well, what will we see there? Do we think we're going to see the T70 with protection of all these Maxims? Probably be a good one for dealing with infantry across the field. But, you know, out of all of this, out of all of the lockdown, we've got 2 Maxims that are taking up static positions in the buildings. They've just got out of there at the moment. And there's a big lockdown, but the Maxims aren't going to get that full kind of like area proficiency. Even though there's 4 of them, you know, he still hasn't got control of the VPs. He hasn't even got control of his own territory. That's something that, you know, something that Von's really losing out on. And it looks like he's going to lose the middle as well, which would be an early triple cap for Austere DevM at the start of the game.
Still, I'm so surprised he's not been able to utilize partisan troops yet to counter the sniper. I mean, I think we fully expected that to be where he was going. Another rifle nade goes in with a big shot, actually. Takes out 2 Maxim gunners, because it's a 6-man crew. So they are very difficult to take out with rifle nades. So it is just a little bit of manpower attrition done there.
Still waiting to see what is going to come out of tier 3 at the moment. We've got the fuel in the bank now. It looks like Von might be saving up on the manpower. A nice rifle grenade there from the Grenadiers on the right VP. Brings the Maxim down to 1 model, and there's a second squad of Grenadiers trying to decrew it. It looks like Von is going to be able to hold for the moment. But just check out this aggression from DevM. He's now coming up from the left-hand side. He's got loads of resources, loads of munitions coming in. That was nearly a squad wipe there.
That was a beautiful Helping Hands-esque rifle nade on retreat. He might also polish off this. No, he's suppressed from the Maxim. But it's still a good rate amount of work. Another rifle nade comes in. It's raining rifle grenades right now, and DevM's making it rain.
It looks here like the sniper, Von may be trying to get the crew of the Maxim to take a couple of shots at the sniper. That looks the way this is going. Can't see any reason for this do-si-do otherwise. But he's got to get that unit out of cover now. There they go. Will they open up?
I've got to call something big to chat's attention, big to your attention. DevM has skipped tier 3. He is escalating to battle phase 3, tier 4.
Oh, this is very interesting. I think, actually, do you know, this is something that is good, because I think tier 3, again, this is if he's expecting Lend-Lease, which he may be. I think he may still be expecting Lend-Lease at this point. We haven't seen those partisans in. Von's using the spy network at the moment to get a little bit of intel. But it may be that he's actually going to go up to tier 4 because he thinks the Panther is the best counter to those M4C Shermans.
Yeah, I can't speak about specifics, but I think you're 100% correct there, Dan. Which possibly shows DevM being a little bit unversatile in his approach, because he's not basing his current build order on what he sees. He's basing it on his game plan, his playbook.
I think he is. I would disagree with you there, because he hasn't seen anything to suggest that it's partisans. You know, he might be thinking Von's just going for the Maxims to counter the Grenadier build, because it does. If Von was playing Lend-Lease with the Maxims, you know, then he would be countering the counter that we saw from Aimstrong. You know, he's got like a double counter there, and then it could be the fact that the M4C Shermans come out. So I think actually Panther is a very good idea, because tier 3 is where we've seen a lot of people lose out. You know, just based on the health of those units, the armor of those units, the Panther would be a perfect counter. It's going to get negated.
You've got to consider as well, I mean, because DevM skipped 2 entire builds just by being the maestro he is. I mean, people always go on about DevM's micro, but his is gun battle winning that makes him such a great player. Having analysed him, the Car 98 looks set to take out the Maxim, and the sniper finishes it off. There's Von's preservation that he's been touted not to have, and DevM has taken full advantage.
Nice little sniper play. Again, he's going to get away with a Maxim. Not the thing that VonIvan wanted to lose in this game. DevM's got to retreat some low health Grenadiers through the center, and I think Von's going to give chase to try and get that squad. Only needs one more hit, but he might take a Faust if he goes in too deep for it. He's going to contest it all the way, trying to avoid going through the hedges to try and avoid some mines in the center, perhaps. There he goes. He is rewarded with the squad wipe, though.
Oh my god, the Panther's already in the build. Although the T-70's done some decent work with its first squad wipe there, it did suffer damage engine. It's now literally a sitting duck. It's marooned. It's going to get absolutely demolished.
Our opponent
Gosh, that is a really good time. I mean, the good thing, at least, with the Panther in the situation for Von, is that bringing the Panther out, I mean, it's such an investment there, but it's not particularly effective against all this infantry we're going to see on the field. So, you know, basically Von is still turning this into an infantry game, because that unit's only going to have limited effect, especially if the Partisans come out, especially if we see any kind of AT out of tier 2. You know, where does its effect lie? It's coming out to counter the T-70.
Yeah, but it'll counter any vehicle. As the sniper polished off another combat engineer. Also got a maximum retreat in one-man squad, does get away elsewhere. This Panther is a 50-ton beast. It was a heavy tank in all reality, but the Germans for some reason called it a medium tank. It was literally a beast. And you know, it's up against something that I know in historical authenticity isn't the big thing of Code 2, but 9.2 tons is a T-70. So it literally outweighs it by 5 times. Partisan tank hunters do wait the Panther though. A demo also waits for the Panther. This could be brutal.
Yeah, there he goes. The 18-8 is going to go off. It's rear armor for those Partisans that are trying to get the Shreks off on the rear. T-70 is going around the back as well, trying to get any rear shots it can. This could be end for the Panther immediately. This could be a great play. And DevM's still able to get out.
This is insanity fielding a Panther to take out a T-70. He nearly got punished for it immediately. Panzer Shrek bounces off the frontal armor of the Panther. It's reversing away to keep its armor facing the garrison. All this while, the T-70's got a slither of health. Literally 5% health, and the Panther is a very slow lumbering beast. The Partisan tank hunters are hunting. They get the kill!
Oh my god. Wow, that was amazing. I mean, he's been saving Partisans like that the whole time. He must have some kind of intel that DevM was going to do that. He must have known and been saving it for that entire time. It wasn't about the sniper. It wasn't about countering that early. He's found out what DevM is doing. He has an idea, and he knows exactly how to get around it.
With observer mode off.
It's very, very good.
Maybe they accidentally played with observer mode on. Somebody close to VonIvan saw them. Anything like that. Basically, espionage is now a part of Company Heroes 2 competitive. If your theories are correct, Dan, if you think he was waiting for the Panther all this time, it may have just been luck, though. It could have been just luck, you know. I think the Partisans are something that can counter anything. Could have been Partisans.
You and I have referenced, you know, that they haven't brought the Partisans out for a number of counters it could have done. Like, you know, hasn't brought it out for the sniper. So was it waiting for a tier 2? Was this lucky?
Radio intercepts. Radio intercepts, of course.
Yeah, but radio intercept is something that is not preemptive to the game. Like, do you know what I mean? To pick this commander, why would you launch in straight with Partisans? You're going to fake for a number of reasons. You want to get the sniper, or you want to get the tier 2. But if it was by accident, then that's absolutely amazing. But intercept is only going to tell him when it arrives. It's not going to preempt anything else for the game.
Another T-70 hits the field. The sniper's out there. The Puma, the panic Puma is on the field. It's going to try and keep his units safe. It's going to keep him from getting absolutely brutalized. The T-70s are on the rampage.
One's pretty confident to go in here as well. There are some Grenadiers there which will probably give a Faust off, but one of the T-70s still trying to get around the back. We've got Mark Target on the Puma at the moment, so any penetrating shots should really help to take this down, and he does get it down again. Oh gosh, again another vehicle down from DevM, which is just craziness. And he gets away with both T-70s, you know. To get away with the first one against the Panther was huge. The only saving grace for DevM is the map control he's got right now.
DevM's got map control, but he's literally expent all of his fuel reserves that he built up in the early and mid game. He earned those fuel reserves as the riflemate takes out another Maxim. I mean, Von's preservation might absolutely destroy his genius here. He's made some of the greatest counterplays we've seen in the tournament from a strategical standpoint. But DevM's just outplaying him all the time on an infantry standpoint. And the manpower preservation, which has always been VonIvan's weakness, could be coming back to haunt him.
Yeah, hopefully with all of these resources that are coming in right now, DevM has a real chance to come up with a counter to this. He knows the doctrine now. He knows what's on the field. He knows what the potential is. There's 2 T-70s. Von's only on +4 fuel per minute, +16 munitions. This is a great opportunity for DevM to make some kind of killing blow. And he's just the type of player to go in with that kind of aggression as well. He has a little bit of an idea about where these T-70s lie at the moment, and the second Puma is going to make short work with the help of these Grenadiers coming in to try and get the Faust. There's Partisans there which have just been uncovered, which means DevM's going to know to be a little bit more careful, but he might get the 18-8s off still.
Oh, the Pumas looks like it's taking out the T-70 there. No, just still alive, barely, just barely. There we go, it did get taken out just in the end. So he's doing it right now, Dan, with Panzerfaust and the second Puma on the field.
There's a nice nice little sorry, didn't get 18 aided, so he didn't need to repair that. The Puma, yeah, not really confident enough to chase down that other T70 at the moment. But a lot of damage has just been done there to Von. I mean, look at how many Maxims he's lost. There's 3 Maxims that are gone now. I think DevM's recruit. Yeah, I think he's got all 3 of them at the moment. So he's going to have that whole lockdown potential that we saw from Von previously. The Partisans went down, the 80 Partisans went down. There's nothing to 18 aid anymore, nothing to stop that Puma. And, I mean, this has been an incredible game. Like,
I feel so sorry. It's been such a quick game. It's been... This 19 minutes have been a microcosm of a 50-minute game. We've had so much going on, but at the end of the day, Dan, DevM's just his picking of gunfights, his tactical awareness. VonIvan had this game strategically. He had a strategy that trumped DevM. He had his build order mapped. He went for something ballsy. He went for Maxims with Partisans as a counter to what DevM could be doing to counter Lend-Lease. But DevM's micro has just outweighed any of that. It does not matter because DevM has won the gunfights, wiped a lot of VonIvan's army. VonIvan's micro has not been on point. He's not been dodging the rifle nades thanks to going an entirely Maxim-based build. And DevM's just come out on top so far.
Yeah, there's so much to this game that we can speak about. And I also think, like, you know, the resource income that DevM is getting, I think is hugely contributing to how the Maxims are being countered, because he just rifle nade everything. Every time those things set up, he's going to wipe a number of models. He's going to be harassing with everything. We've now got the Puma going in. It's on vehicle-only mode, so we'll only be prioritizing trying to get this T70 here, which we're going to see VonIvan try to get away from the clutches of DevM.
The clutches of DevM indeed. This T70 is going on a detour all the way north of the map, trying to hide beyond the graveyard, and is going to come out through the centre, where there are Grenadiers waiting with a Panzerfaust out for it.
Here come those Partisans though. 18 aids in. Can he get a ground attack shot through the smoke? The T70 is going to go in for one. This could be a nice little counterplay from Von here, and if he gets the Puma down, he's got a nice little window where he can maybe start looking at getting things back. We do have Command Panzer IV just entering the field though. Going to make things very, very difficult.
Puma needs to keep backing up. It did not do that. It got caught up in the archway and got taken out by that stolen Panzer Shrek of the Partisans. Here comes a Command Panzer IV, which could actually do a lot of damage against these fallen comrades here, who are lurking. Big shot goes in, misses. Shrek hits.
Yeah, I mean, this is really good. Von's just trying to get the T-70s, hiding it around the building between shots, trying to bait the fire from the Panzer IV, the Command Panzer IV, into the building, but he's very close to losing that building. A very good, sensible decision to retreat the Partisans from there. Might see a Faust from the Grenadiers as the T-70 goes by, and this might be a great chance for the Command Panzer IV to go in and try and finish that off. Snipers picking away at the Partisans on retreat, more models dying. Von's preservation has not been particularly great in this game, which I think is the only reason why he's losing this right now.
Do you mean in this game, or in the game of Company of Heroes 2?
Well, we know that he can get this really, really on the mark. You know, we absolutely know that Von has the capabilities to play, you know, very, very well with very good preservation. But we've also seen games like this where he just throws everything.
Lost his Soviets.
Yeah.
He's lost his Soviets down, and I got so excited in that first 5 minutes. I thought VonIvan, and I think a lot of people out there are big VonIvan fans at the moment because he's never won an international tournament before. He's never won on the big stage before. Everybody's seen DevM win, SNF, OCF, Warpaint, but nobody's ever seen VonIvan win on the big stage. Everybody's so excited for VonIvan Soviets to really take it to the Portuguese prodigy. But in this very first game, his strategy was just trumped by DevM's superior micro and superior tactical awareness. And he just lost so much infantry. I think you've got the graphs up now, the KD, as I'm speaking. It just shows a story, and that story is DevM been playing this game since he was 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. He's been playing tournaments since he was 11 years old. He's now 19 years old, and he's known nothing in his competitive gaming life other than Company of Heroes, and of course League of Legends, but primarily Company of Heroes. So he lives and breathes in this game. He's like, you plug him into the Matrix, basically. And his micro will just outweigh yours if you're not on it yourself. And VonIvan has not been on it in that game.